Trump's helicopter goes down under strange circumstances. Here's who's believed to be on board. News is just now emerging regarding one of President Donald Trump's personal helicopters crashing in Manhattan, New York, after details surrounding the accident were held tightly under wraps considering the cause. Part of the perks about being a successful businessman before the President of the United States is a fleet of aircrafts at your disposal which you, your family, and staff can use for convenience and even privacy purposes when needed. However, when you're as controversial a leader as Trump is to the incessant left, nothing and nobody is off limits in bringing down our incredible leader. The president's Sikorsky S-76B helicopter crashed last month near the Hudson River and not a single word has been released about this horrific accident until today. The strange circumstance is certainly reason for a breaking report upon it falling out of the sky with passengers on board, but there's a reason why it's been kept completely quiet for nearly 4 weeks. Now we not only know that this happened but why, as well as who was believed to be on board when it went down. Page 6 reports. One of President Trump's beloved personal helicopters was involved in an accident last month in Manhattan, but the details are being kept strictly under wraps, Page 6 has exclusively learned. On June 15, a Trump chopper was involved in a crunch in Manhattan when its tail rotor hit a fence upon landing at the West Side heliport alongside the Hudson River. Photos seen by Page 6 appear to show that the rotor was completely sheared off. Witnesses say damage to the aircraft was enough to completely ground it, and it had to be hauled away for repairs. Luckily, the president wasn't in this helicopter, but it's suspected that his daughter Ivanka Trump and son-in-law Jared Kushner could have been, according to Daily Mail. While the professional and talented pilot navigated the sudden landing despite the impact being enough to rip the rotor blades off, they still managed to pull off a landing in a way that didn't result in any serious injuries. It's what the helipad workers did immediately after the crash that speaks volumes as to why the incident was kept so quiet. Immediately after escaping the aircraft, a crew was immediately there to haul the helicopter away, but first completely disguised the word Trump on the side of the aircraft. Page 6 was reporting this was a vain move to protect the president and his family from the embarrassment, but it's reporting like that and worse, which is the real reason the identity of who the helicopter belonged to was kept quiet. Witnesses say damage to the aircraft was enough to completely ground it, and it had to be hauled away for repairs, Page 6 reported. But first, and most importantly, helipad workers taped up the stricken chopper to completely obscure the word Trump and avoid embarrassment for the president over his incapacitated copter. There's literally nothing this president can do without receiving criticism for it, and the left is constantly waiting for anything to come out about him that they can pounce on and turn into something negative. Rather than congratulating the skilled crew for pulling this tense situation off without a single injury or relying on public rescue services to clear it, the media's focus was on disguising and hiding what happened. Perhaps it was more for the personal protection of the crew and any passengers that these privacy protocols were in place. Trump understands more than anyone how vicious his media detractors can be, and maybe he wanted to spare those in his business life from that, which is a very respectable move. While it has been rumored that the first daughter and her husband were aboard, First Family insiders have denied that claim. The Trump Organization did not return repeated calls about the chopper cruncher who was on board. The FAA confirmed it is investigating the accident, but referred all inquiries to the White House, which didn't comment, Page 6 reported. While Trump owns these aircrafts, the First Family flies on Marine One and Air Force One. This hasn't deterred the left from attacking his personal fleet still today, referring to the aircrafts as aging and an arrogant way to display his brand. It sounds like a lot of jealousy to criticize such a thing and turn a well-handled incident that could have been worse into a personal indictment on the president's character. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.